Welcome back, everyone, to Halloween Haunts 365. I'm Jared.
And Terry.
We have a very special guest for you tonight. I'm excited to have them on finally. See what that's doing to that screen right now. That's not going to work. All right, but guys, we're interviewing the Scare Factor tonight. But before we get into that, make sure you subscribe, like, hit this video, and do all that. And we're going to introduce them. The Scare Factor. We have Tyler and Nora. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing great. How are you guys doing?
We're good. Well, he's still in a wheelchair, but
Well, but yeah, all things considered, yeah.
Yeah, like we were talking earlier, I've had way too much time to work on this stuff, so it's been really driving me nuts.
Yeah. Getting all the new gizmos and gadgets figured out, but always striving for improvements. Never a bad thing.
Yeah, for real. I mean, I'm always trying something. We have a new lens coming. I was hoping it was coming today, but I think that Baltimore bridge screwed it up because it's coming from Virginia.
Oh. Yep.
yeah.
That was crazy, yeah.
It says it'll be here tomorrow.
I don't know. It's still in Virginia. I have my doubts. But you guys know how autofocus works. Is like you got to press the button on the back, but I can't reach the back sitting down. So I just got one that has manual focus. We can dial it in and be done with it.
Lock it and set it. Yep.
All right, so we're going to start off with the questions. I'm going to ask both of you guys these. So we'll start ladies first. When did the love for haunted attractions begin?
For me, haunted attractions was probably about the time I was 10, we'll say, because like I used to go trick-or-treating in downtown Madison, which is a historical city, and there were several home haunts there, and I was always terrified to like go up to them because my mom was like, here, I'll stand here and wait for you, and you go on up there and get the candy. And I'm like, no, Mom, I'm not doing that. So I would say I spent most of my younger childhood being terrified to do that, and I probably finally did it, I'll say, when I was about 10. And then when I was 12, my dad dropped us off at a local haunted house and said, here's the money, go on in there and don't take the exit. So
That's awesome. Yeah, I think we all had similar experience. We're in that generation where we were just dropped off and said, don't fuck it up.
Yep. Pretty much. I made it through too, the first one. So
there you go. What about you, Tyler?
I actually had a very different story than most. I was infected with the Halloween bug, and that all came about around the time Nora and I got together. I was basically given an ultimatum, said, look, you're going to start liking haunted houses and going to them or this ain't going to work. And I'm like, okay. So, yeah. But when she first started trying to describe them to me, she's like, these people jump out and scare you and it's awesome. I'm like, wait, how is that awesome? I'm like, why would I pay my good hard-earned money for somebody to scare the shit out of me? I couldn't wrap my head around it. Like, I didn't watch horror movies. I was very sheltered, I guess you'd say, as a kid.
Well, to that kind of stuff.
To that sort of thing. But the first one she took me to was Baxter Avenue Morgue down here in Louisville, Kentucky. And after successfully getting through that without shitting my pants, I'm like, all right, this is pretty good. This is pretty great. And I was hooked, hook, line, and sinker ever since then. And it's been all downhill from there.
Downhill correctly, right? The more we get to, the fucking crazier it gets, right?
Yeah. There's no paddles or nothing.
No. We're just on a raft and you just going wherever it goes. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I know what the Scare Factor does, but let's explain it to the people just catching up. What does the Scare Factor do in a nutshell?
So Scare Factor, we are your guide to haunted houses, or we try to be. We do so we have a national network of review teams. We write written reviews and provide comprehensive ratings based on a standardized scale. It doesn't matter how big or small the haunt is. We all use the same criteria. And then we also have a YouTube channel that's starting to grow. And so not only can you read about the haunts that we go to, you can actually go along with us and go through the haunts with us, and it's a great thing.
Well, you just gave us a segue because I stole 2 minutes of your Darkness video, so we're going to play that now.
Awesome.
Oh, cool. All right, yeah, let's roll it. Floor's moving.
All right, guys, that was the video. Look at that amazing camera work. So make sure you subscribe to them right now. I'll have a link down below for them too. But yeah, I got to meet these guys in person. What, about 4 months ago or something like that?
Yeah. Over the winter, yeah.
Yeah, we had a nice little dinner. Sorry you
We
weren't
And
with
the
us.
Texas
sorry.
Roadhouse. That's our signature restaurant. We always go there.
It's tradition.
Not sponsored. They don't sponsor
Not
any of us.
yet, yeah.
You hear that, Texas Roadhouse? Sponsor
Right.
up. I mean, we can. All these hunters got to eat.
Yeah.
All we need is some rolls every once in a while.
Those rolls make the 4-hour drives worth it. So
Yeah.
here, listen up. All right. So how long have you been in charge of the Scare Factor?
We have been in charge of the Scare Factor since 2014, I believe. And it's actually been going since 2004, so that makes this our 20th year of the Scare Factor being in existence. So we are super excited about that. But yeah, we took over. We actually joined in 2010 as a review team, Team Zombillies. And then at the time, Tom was the owner. And, we kept trying to, brainstorm with him, figure out some ways to improve the site. And when 2014 rolled around, he was like, all right, look, why don't you guys just buy the Scare Factor? And we're like, wait, what? We didn't realize that was a thing, so yeah, we took it over in 2014 and 2015, I think, is when the directory was born. And yep, just finding new things to add all the time. So
Or things to break.
or break.
Goes
Yeah.
that way too.
Yeah. We got hacked a couple years ago, and
That was bad.
holy cow.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
I couldn't even imagine. Like, I would lose my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the haunts were showing up in Google search results as Japanese, and it was bad.
Looked like we were trying to sell some pharmaceutical. Yeah, they got real deep into our
Holy
stuff.
crap.
Luckily, our web developer at the time, he's a freaking whiz bang, and he figured out how to go through and do all the restoring and getting it back to where it was. And yeah, we've since moved on to a different hosting platform, and it does like basically daily backups. So we're never so far gone that we can't just click a few buttons and get it back now. So we're in a lot better spot now. So.
Very awesome. Very awesome.
That's crazy.
Who'd have thought somebody would hack a Halloween, like,
Right.
but they
Right?
sure did.
It's a big community, but it's so small. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right. In the whole world, it is very small.
Yeah.
We are still
it's
a
such
niche,
a.
even though we don't want to
And
be,
like,
but
I get mad or down. I'm like, damn, we didn't get any views. I'm like, but this is so fucking generic and based on one thing that
Mhm.
I'm just happy we got views. Like, it's such a small piece. Like,
they will come eventually. We
Mhm.
just have to give it a lot of time. It takes longer for all of us to grow, I think.
yeah, I think it does too. There's not that many Halloween maniacs out there. We need more.
We
Right?
do. We do need more.
How long have you been in?
We already.
How many haunts did you reach personally in 2023?
In 2023, just Nora and I know we broke 50
During season.
during the season.
Definitely during season is what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50 for us. The website was over 200.
Wow,
But
that's awesome.
Yes. Yeah, over 200 written reviews came in. So, and then they probably hit 20 to 30 more than that too. So it was a crazy year.
Yeah, that's
And every weekend we'll squeeze in a few for fun, and yeah, some of those.
Yeah.
Most of those I think contributed to that 50. I don't think we did actually 50, just
We
her
did
and I.
47
We did
videos,
40
I think.
47
We got
videos.
way behind.
Yeah.
yeah, you get behind quick.
The Denver
Mhm.
trip got us really far behind, but yeah, that was well worth it. My cousin got married out in Denver for Friday the 13th in October. So we're like, well, we got to go out there, and then we got to see some really awesome haunts out there, Terror in the Corn, and yeah, all kinds of great haunts. There was one in an old abbey monastery.
Mhm.
As a co-ed Boy Scout troop put that on, that was
Oh, that's
very
awesome.
I did not expect to see someone using a flying rig inside of the abbey.
The
You
zip
know,
line.
they had like an 8-year-old kid like zip lining down a hallway in one of those buildings. We're like, holy
Yeah.
crap, you know.
Yeah, and we're like waiting in line to go into one of their haunts because they had 2 attractions there. And there's the sign for the monastery that says "Warning, quiet area," and they're blaring
They're
metal music out there.
Jamming Disturbed and Corn
Awesome.
and cussing, she swear me. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
great.
I'm like, this is our style right here.
Yep.
That's badass. Yeah. What else did you hit in Denver? Out of curiosity.
We did. So we went up to Distortions and got a behind the scenes there. They didn't have like any of their animations working, but we got to see them all taken apart and the painting process. And they gave us a whole tour of their whole factory, which was cool for us because we hadn't been that far. Well, I hadn't been that far west yet, and I'd never seen a tumbleweed. So like when we got out of the car, the first thing that goes by is this tumbleweed, and I'm like, oh my god,
tumbleweed! Yeah.
So like that was the highlight of my trip was a tumbleweed.
No.
We did. I think we did 9 haunts while we were out there in the weekend.
There was a haunted Field of Screams. There
Mhm.
was what is the name of some of the other ones? What's the one that got conga lined?
Oh
The other
crap!
one.
The complex.
The haunted complex.
We did the haunted
No.
mines, and
Yeah.
there's a couple
There's
there that
several.
have
Gosh.
similar names to each other: the compound and the complex. And
Frightmare Compound.
yeah, they're all really good. There was one of them wasn't good. Field of Screams was not very good, but we didn't actually do like hardly anything else though. We did the wedding and worked on our laptops basically the whole time, and the family's like, "Are you guys done yet?" And we're like, "No."
No, we're never done.
It's like
So
it's like the shirt. Sorry, it's October. I can't. You know.
100%, yeah.
that becomes my
Yep.
Facebook picture. You know, the round one. Every September. Leave me the fuck
I
alone.
don't blame you. Yep. We need like auto notifications on our phones that tell everybody, leave us alone.
Listen, I'm getting chased. You're not going to hear me. I'm not going to hear you. Call me in November.
Yep.
Exactly.
So true.
Well, dear, they answered the other question. So you want to move on to number 6?
I do have a different question.
Okay.
Do you guys scare easy?
So I do. Tyler, not so much. But in our
camera, I can't jump too much. But yeah.
in our years of reviewing, because we've been reviewing since 2010, the way that we currently do, about year 5-ish, some of the haunts were like, hey, we were watching you guys going through the attraction on our cameras, and we're noticing that you're not jumping and you're not scared like the general public. And we don't feel that you can score scare factor, like the scariness of the haunt, accurately. And we explained to them, you know, we're looking at it still from the general customer's perspective, though, and like all of us know when a drop panel would scare a customer, or different things like that.
Timing and the volume, just overall technique. We were still able to do it at the time, but
yeah. So we both were like, you know what, like, because we weren't really getting scared, and we're like, I wonder if there's a way like that we could retrain our brains to do that and like almost act like we're new customers every time we go. So I was able to somehow retrain myself. Like if I see an actor, I just pay no attention to them. Like I act like they're not even there.
Like if you can tell they're trying to hide in the corner, it's like, okay, we're gonna look this way, and like we still make a note that they're there in case they like don't do something. But yeah, we're giving them every opportunity to come out and be a surprise, even because we do go to so many of them. Like I said, we went to 50. Like we start figuring out where the boo holes are and where the hiding spots are. And yes, we've had to retrain ourselves to ignore those spots because your normal customer probably wouldn't know all those things. And it does actually make it better and more scary when they do come out at the at the right time. And so yeah, it's like we had to reteach ourselves to be scared again. It's kind of working. Like some of the reactions you see and Nora doing in some of these videos, those are real screams. You can, they're the ones that are real loud, and then you can probably hear me more than see me. But yeah, I'll make commentary whenever they get me. Sometimes, yeah.
And if I cuss, they definitely scared me because I try really hard not to cuss. It doesn't work though when they scare me. So.
Oh, and there's a couple videos we did where we had to go selfie style. So when we've got like a light in our face and we can't see anything coming, like even if we are looking,
that will make you get scared.
Real easy to get scared.
Highly recommend that. It's a lot of fun. You can't see what the fuck you're doing, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I say I'm definitely the big scaredy cat. Like if you watch any of our paranormal videos too, because we do some of that. Like I'm the one that will not go down in the dark basement by myself. Hell no. But like he doesn't care. It doesn't bother him at all. So
Same. I'm looking forward to get down there. Like put me in the shit.
I'll go, but somebody's got to go with me.
Right.
I'm really proud of you, dear. You're doing this push to talk pretty good.
I'm trying.
We were picking up an echo every once in a while because we sit so close to each other. So I spent all day trying to figure that out. And then my other partner from the Horror Show podcast was like, well, is there a push to talk button? Like, I can do that. Let's try that out.
Oh, that's a good idea because we've had the same issue. So hopefully you're not getting too much of that now. But
no, we're not getting any of it.
Okay, good.
Good.
So how many teams do you plan to have for 2024?
I would say we're going to stick really close to 30. We're at 27 now, and we've got one applicant. We normally get somewhere between 5 and 10 strong applicants, but we're not pushing like that. We need review help this season because we are actually taking some of our current teams and teaching them how to do video. So we put a poll in our Scareactor group on Facebook, and we were like, how many of you are interested in trying to film inside? And just about all of them were. So we're like, okay, well,
let's focus on that this year instead of growing the number of teams. And
well, this goes to my team. Good fucking luck, guys.
Yep.
Why you hit me? It's true. We pride ourselves on the truth here. I love my team to death, but fucking just turn the camera.
We can definitely talk to you about some of that stuff, preferably not on air.
Not a problem. We can do that.
We love our teams too, but when we got a few videos last year, they're all looking at the ceiling and the floor and at the eyeball of the thing. And, everybody's getting scared over here off the frame.
One specific team keeps saying, "Hey, Fear Factor fans," and she's been with us longer than all of us. And I'm like,
you got the name wrong.
You always say Fear Factor
instead of Scare Factor.
And she knows. She's like, well, remember when that was a show? And I'm like, yes, we're not that show. That's not what we're doing.
Oh, man, I feel your guys' pain so much.
So it's going to get worse.
Oh, boy.
So here we go.
I should have just stayed a fucking blog.
Right?
It'd be like you guys calling yourselves Happy Haunts 365 or something.
Yeah. For real.
What is the biggest challenge of working with so many teams and maintaining quality control?
Everything.
Needing to manually review everything before it's allowed to go live on the site.
That and making sure everybody. So making sure everybody is trying to look at the haunts from the same perspective as possible, because there's a Chicago team. And most of the haunts in Chicago are very, very excellent. And then there's haunts over here in Indiana that are good, but they're not as good as Chicago. And so for us to score something a 9 and for them to score something a 9, they might come over here to our haunts and be like, what in the hell are you guys thinking? Like a 9 is what we see, not what you see. So we have some like behind the scenes video training that we've done the past 2 years to kind of show like comparisons of this is what a 2 looks like and this is what a 9 looks like, and to try to get everybody on the same page. It's never going to be completely possible, but that's also why we prefer our teams that like are in Pennsylvania to try to be the ones that always cover that area, but it doesn't always work, you know? So I would say that, yeah, the consistency thing is the ultimate hardest thing we deal with. Communication is another one. Not necessarily with the current teams, like any of our teams that have been with us for over 2 years are really good at communicating. It's the new teams. So like when we bring on a new team in like June, they might be all gung-ho about going and reviewing haunts, and then come haunt season, they go to that first haunt and they're like, well, I think I just wanted free tickets, and then we never hear from them again.
Yeah.
So yeah, dealing with stuff like that. Like we had a team last year that was, Tyler and I actually are going to have to go to a state 9 hours away to go to 5 haunts that are owed reviews. So
that's
communication is probably, you know, but we have a Discord and we have a Facebook group, and then we have everybody's phone numbers and we can text everybody. So if your team doesn't already have that, like get that Discord up too. It's free. And it's like a good backup for Facebook, because we have people that actually don't even have Facebooks.
You know, Nora's now making me learn another fucking program.
I was thinking the same thing.
It really is. And like if you want to do live videos and like you don't want to use Zoom, you can use Discord and there's no time limit. You know, it has all kinds of good
It's kind of
features.
like a mix between like Facebook Messenger groups and like have you heard of Slack?
No.
Well, it's probably a mix of like Facebook Messenger and like Twitch, where you can do like gaming, live streaming, video chats, and all that rolled into one.
And you can we have all kinds of different chats on ours. So like we have announcements, and no one can comment on an announcement at all. All they can do is read it. Like they can't change it. They can't, you know.
So it can't get buried up this big thread of chats, you know, and you can keep them all categorized. And
we have a review chat, and that's only for review questions. If they ask something and they're not pertaining, we'll like move it to a different chat. So it's almost kind of like Reddit, I guess.
Oh, that is pretty cool. That's handy.
Very. So I highly recommend that for communication.
So you're in charge of the Discord, right?
Discord, yes.
Yeah, okay.
If you have any questions, just let us know, or Brian, our New York team, he can help you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So you two travel a ton during the season and off season. Do you have any trips planned for the halfway to Halloween coming up?
We're trying to figure that out.
We've got 2 on the radar, and both of them are exact opposite directions of the country.
Of course they are. So we're eyeballing Woods of Terror, and then we're looking at Terror on Route 66 over past St. Louis. That's actually on old Route 66. They're doing like they're going to have a lot of vendors there, and it'll be their first time trying an event like that. And they'll also have like a bunch of characters coming in to work from other haunts.
Some guest actors.
Yeah. So, but yeah, both of them are the exact same weekend. So we're trying to figure out eeny, meeny, miny, mo kind of thing. Like I want to go to both, but
that's tough. That's a tough decision.
Yeah, it's always tough to try to figure out which one.
And they're all sandwiched in between these conventions that are all coming up. And, you know, East Coast is right around the corner, and
I can't wait.
Yeah, we will be at East Coast too. We're also excited to see.
Oh, that was one of the questions. Good. I'll be in this chair probably still, but I'll be my own gimbal.
Hey, you'll be there. That's all you need.
You get your own dolly shots everywhere you go.
I know. She's just gonna push me around. I could get like the zoom ins and everything. Look at us.
Yeah.
And you can hold all the stuff that she buys.
Yes.
I gotta carry the camera, woman. I can't be carrying your stuff.
I can strap lots of bags to your wheelchair.
Yep.
Yeah, you
hang them from the handles back here.
That's right.
All right. So You guys are planning already for halfway to Halloween. Do you have any big plans for the season coming up? Any new haunts you want to see?
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
So the state that we're gonna go to that we haven't been to is Arkansas. I thought it was closer to us, but it's actually 9 hours. There's gonna be a group of about 5 haunts in that area that we're gonna kind of pinpoint and hope that we can get several of them in a 2-day period. Carpenter's Mortuary is down there, and we've already talked to him. His building is legit haunted, so we're gonna go down on Thursday and investigate his building on Thursday, and then do his normal haunt that weekend. So far, I think that's going to be our biggest trip this season, because we were kind of trying to focus on, so for our team specifically, we're right in the middle of Indianapolis, Cincinnati, and Louisville. So, and each of those cities has quite a few haunts surrounding them. Just the state of Ohio, has over 100 haunts. So we usually do we hit these 25 this year, and then hit this 25, and then kind of rotate everybody, because we still do the written reviews as well. So this year we've got a lot of Indiana and Kentucky haunts that we haven't hit for a while. So I think we're going to go back and hit some of those. So we're looking at Fear itself at Legend Park. So that's like a 5-hour drive for us. It's up by Niles. And so we'll get some in there that we've reviewed them, but we have not filmed them. So we're hoping to get some footage of quite a few new haunts this year.
That's awesome. Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
We'll also be editing the other team's videos, so.
Nora put a post out there a few days ago of, getting some requests from haunts that do, want us to come by and get videos of them. And our inbox filled up full of requests in 30 minutes.
Yeah, they're all
they're all over the country.
Yeah, Texas and California. And we do plan to go to California next year, so we'll be able to knock some out then. One of our team members' 40th birthday is next year, and she definitely wants to go to the 17th door. And although I am not fully prepared for that, I'm gonna go because it's her birthday.
You got this. You could do it.
We'll see how it goes.
If I could do Franklin Brothers by myself, you could do 17th door with
Oh
a
my
group.
God, yeah. I'm gonna try. I think there's a couple areas I might mercy out of, but we'll see. I am a chicken, I'm telling you.
Who knows though? Because those crazy assholes change that thing every year, massive parts of it.
Yep, and I have a feeling I'll ask them if something's in there, and they're definitely not gonna fucking tell me.
No, they're not.
Nora is
Not at all.
not excited about the shock chairs if they keep those.
No, they're really shocked. I don't like that at all. So.
I was electrocuted all over Vegas for Franklin Brothers. Their last attraction is a full contact. I was electrocuted 17 times.
Holy cow!
I'd have been so mad. It legit makes me mad when I get shocked. So I try to avoid it. But
well, you were either there was chains hanging, and you're in a chain link fence, and you either go through the electrified chains hanging, or they push you through the electrified chains hanging.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pop 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 like fuck.
I'd have been royally screwed.
Been crawling on the ground.
That's what I would have yelled the whole entire time.
I'd have been expletives the whole time.
In that place, they were awesome. They invited us out. I happened to be in Vegas for Halloween and for work. And I showed up and it was 3 containers. What is this? And we're in an IKEA parking lot. So I'm judging the book by its cover, like you never really want to do. And I was really fucking wrong because there was some crazy shit happening. Ceilings were closing in on me. Walls were closing in on me. Walls with a shock wire were closing in on me. Nosferatu flew like 60 miles an hour towards me. It was insane.
Oh,
Holy
hell.
cow.
It sounds fun other than the shocking.
Yeah, they did. They couldn't put up this year because they didn't have a home. So hopefully they find a home this year. And if you guys check them out, they're amazing.
Oh God, let's all go together.
You got peed on too.
Yeah, I got peed on.
Oh wow.
I got that kind of something like that at Niles. With,
this guy turned around with a full dildo and peed on me.
Oh wow.
Was it warm?
Honestly, I don't remember. It might have been.
That would have made it so much more disgusting.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We've already. So the scare factor's got more involved in YouTube, as we went over earlier, and your content is amazing, which you guys can see from the video there. What is the biggest challenge in putting all that together? The dark, the editing. What's the biggest pain in the ass when you're filming inside?
Probably the editing. We've actually got a really good setup for getting things up and going and getting the footage walking through. Like we just go through like a normal customer, keep the camera rolling, and it comes out just. We've got a really good system for making sure it comes out very well. But getting it on the computer and actually clipping out the dead spots and trying to keep a hold of very short attention spans and making it entertaining, making it different from everybody else's. That's probably if we could get through more editing, we could probably get a lot more videos live. The whole struggle with getting behind, like we said during hunt season last year, going out to Denver, and that put us like a week or two behind, and ultimately it made it to where we had about 10 to 15 videos that didn't see the light of day that they should have during hunt season because interest had died, after October.
Yeah.
So like that was literally almost taking money out of pocket because we're monetized on there. But so one of the things we're doing to combat that this year is we've actually grown Team Zombillies into more people that can help us write at the haunts that we're going to, so that Nora and I can shift more focus to the videos. So now hopefully when we get back, I'll be able to dump footage straight onto the computer, give it to Nora. She can go through and cut out all the dead spots, and then I can go through behind her and do some polishing and getting things finalized while she's on to the next haunt, clipping dead space already. And hopefully having two people working on the videos at once, it will cramp down on the amount of time it takes to get them live. So
which last year I didn't help him at all because I couldn't make myself sit down at the computer because I'm ADHD, and like I'd hit a button in there and it wouldn't do anything. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm ready to throw this computer out the window.
The computer wasn't keeping up.
Amen, sister.
Yeah. So I was like,
So
I
agree.
don't think I can help you with this. And then we got so behind on the paranormal videos, and I was like,
we're still got probably 4 or 5 paranormal
they're
videos.
long. They're like, there's 40, 50 hours of footage on each one of those because we use so many cameras.
Well, they were filmed back in like 2022. Like,
Yeah.
we just still haven't had a chance to get to them.
And we actually have a Fiverr lady that helps us with some videos too, but she's $100 a video. And when you don't make any money, that's not the easiest thing to be able to pay somebody every time you need a video done. So getting the videos is pretty simple, really, because we're so used to going to so many haunts already that Tyler just grabs that camera and goes, and it's basically ready. He put everything in the one case, because at first it was hard to remember everything, but it's in this giant case that we take with us everywhere. So we always have all the mics and all that stuff. So that's pretty simple. And the light he uses with that camera stays on the same mode all the time, almost in every single haunt. So that's also, we did try a 360 camera at Limp and the Darkness during Transworld, which Limp is live, Darkness is not. And that one, like, he was kind of playing with that one, and that one was a little weird. So like learning the camera in the first place was difficult, but once you get it, it kind of works for almost all of the haunts. So
right, yeah,
we get behind on getting the videos done. That's the difficult
and
part.
you nailed it. We have from, I'm gonna say, September 29th till October 15th that nobody gives a shit.
Yep.
I agree.
Yep. We had to have videos up. Like, honestly, some of our YouTube shorts that we loaded in July did better than anything.
Yeah.
So it's almost like any haunt that we hit after the 15th of October was like just completely irrelevant.
Yep.
So now
it's
that
crazy.
we know that, it is crazy. It really is. I don't know what the fuck happens because people are still going. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I can't figure it out either, because our first haunt is always Field of Screams in Mountville, Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
They open the earliest. They have a media night the second night open, and I make sure she gets up early that Sunday because I need to get home and make the video, because you don't have much time. And she laughs at me, but I'm like, listen, we got to get this shit out. Not only are we heading to another haunt tonight, But the faster we post this, the more people are going to see it. We have a limited time slot.
Yep. Definitely. I 100% agree with that after last season. And like even going to some of these conventions, if we get the video out faster, they definitely seem to do better because there's only the relevancy time frame is actually just like a couple days. Like it's really wild.
It is.
And it makes it difficult. So
yeah, it's tough. I mean, that's why like when I do little video scorings, you know what I mean? And when I put that, I have a whole page in DaVinci already laid out where I could just, all right, 5 blood splats, 4, get rid of that one, boom.
Yeah.
It used to take 10 minutes because I made it all 4K and fancy and all this. Now the new one is 2 minutes. So I could do 2 more videos in the time it takes me to render fucking 3 videos.
Yep. And I think that's probably everybody's difficult part is where can we cut time? Like trying to figure out why is this video taking so long to edit when it's only 20 minutes long and
that's where the 4K at 60 hurts too.
Yes. Well, and for us, I don't know about you guys, but here we have super slow internet. So the time that it takes to upload a 4K video to YouTube is sometimes days.
Oh wow, really?
Yes.
Upload is really fast. It just takes a while to render on their side. Like it'll go to SD pretty quickly, and then HD, and then 4K usually takes about a day.
Yeah, we don't have fiber where we're at, so it might take, a couple of hours to render a 20-minute video, but then hitting the upload button, it could be 6 or 8 hours before it's actually live on YouTube.
There were a couple that took a couple days because our internet was slow during that time.
Yeah, some of the big screen parks that are like an hour long, that's almost 24 hours for us.
That's crazy, yeah.
Wow.
But it's worth it, I guess. As long as we plan on it,
So, are you guys into horror movies? And if so, what is your rainy day go-to horror movie?
Ooh.
We are not as fluent with horror movies as we probably should be. So, like, of course, I mean, and I'll be honest, like I said, I was infected with the bug, getting into Halloween and horror movies and all that sort of thing. So there's actually a lot of classic slasher movies that I still haven't seen front to back yet.
You lucky bastard.
I've heard enough of them to where I can pick out the jingles, the theme music and all that. I know the difference between them. It took me the longest time to figure out the difference between Michael and Jason. There's still some YouTubers out there that'll point at Freddy straight in the face and say, "Your name is Michael," and it's like, "No,
I know.
Why do you have 1 million subscribers?" Like, I don't get it.
It's unbelievable. I completely agree.
Yeah.
But so I'm a really big fan of the Saw franchise.
Yeah.
I really like the new one that just came out. Nora likes Jeepers Creepers a lot.
Only the first 2. Yeah. I don't like the other.
Yeah, they took a weird run with that series.
Yes, they did. I like the original, and the original Saw is one of my favorite movies too. Another one of my favorites is 13 Ghosts. I like how the house moves and things can come out, and
I like the angry princess.
And one of the first haunts I ever went to, they were running a 13 Ghosts theme, and I had just watched that movie not too long before I went, so that was really cool to get to go through, because at that time, like this is a really decked out haunt with all those writing on the doors. And then behind them, and then one at a time, they would open and they would come out at me. So I think that made me like really like that movie more. We also watch a lot of series too. Like basically any horror series out there, we've probably seen it. Like all of your, I don't want to really say that The Walking Dead is horror, but anything like that, we watch all of them. Or we try.
That's awesome.
We just started trying to get through Supernatural. Sam and Dean and the old Impala. That's a good one. We just recently started watching Mayfair Witches.
Yeah.
So we're seeing what that's all about. A good one is the Santa Clarita Diet. That one's kind of a horror comedy.
I still haven't checked that out yet.
It's so funny.
Fucking hilarious.
So funny.
It
so
is.
Good. So good.
It is worth watching. I wish they wouldn't have ended it when they did, but it is good.
iZombie was a funny one too.
Haunting on Hill House.
Oh, that was fantastic.
That was good.
Yeah.
We probably watch a lot more shows than we do movies, but We also are the type of movie fans where, like, we just went to Horror Hound last weekend, and they had a lot of, directors and actors in there, and we're like, who the hell are all these people? Even though we've seen the movies, like, we're really bad at names of, like, I can tell you who an actor is in a haunt and what they play, but I can't tell you an actor in a movie and what they play, like, if that makes any sense.
I get
So,
it.
like, I can watch it, but I have no idea who it was or what else they played or anything like that.
But some of those horror nuts are crazy. Like they know way too much. Like they know the third guy that played Jason in scene 4. Like, calm the fuck down.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Now we do have some members on our Team Zombillies team that are much more fluent in a lot of horror movies than we are. But for me, I really just like to watch a movie that's got like a good scare in it. I like to turn the lights off and get scared. So
we like to stay attached to the vanity characters, and just appreciate the characters for being the characters instead of necessarily who's playing the character. But like
Very
Terrifier,
awesome.
we know it's Art the Clown.
I had my mom watch that the other day. I think we traumatized her.
I would say so.
That was a good movie. I give him credit.
Yeah. Yep.
What are your thoughts on movie scenes and haunted attractions, like using licensed characters?
So we have a spot in our criteria for that, and it's called how creative and original were the characters. And when you're using a character that's not your own, it's not very original or creative. So while we understand there could be some public appeal to recognizing a famous character in a haunt, it's hard for us to give points for it. I'll put it that way and be diplomatic, but I'd rather see something more original and creative. But
obviously there's licensing stuff too. Like the one haunt that had to make a big stink about that years ago was the closest haunt to us, Fear Fair, and he was the one that had the cease and desist from Universal for using Michael Myers. And when that came out, Tyler and I used to give the haunts like a best Michael Myers award and best Leatherface, because there were so many haunts around here that did that. And your customers that know all of those horror movie villains are like, why didn't you have Freddy in there? And why didn't you have Jason? Because they don't, they want to see something that they fear because they're already familiar with those things. But when that haunt got that letter, he decided, you know what, I'm just going to pull out all my movie characters, which is what his whole haunt consisted of. And then he went all original. And when he did that, we actually stopped giving specific awards for those specific characters.
We probably shouldn't be condoning the use of copyrighted characters. We felt that giving an award for that was incentivizing them to have not only a copyrighted character, but a good copyrighted character.
Yeah, so if a haunt does it, we do have to look at the creativity, and then we're like, okay, well, maybe how did they use Michael? Was it like just Michael, or was he doing like a scene that we don't see very often? We don't just give him like a flat 0 or anything like that.
Is Michael actually 6'4", or is Michael 5 foot tall and wears a double D bra? It's like
we have seen this.
I saw the ladder this year.
That was Michelle, not Michael.
That was Michelle.
Michelle.
You remember that when I did that review? I was like, "Why is Michael 4'5"?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
If they're going to do it, at least make it look as legit as possible.
Right.
Yeah, we don't have a ton of that in this area. Like, you have some, but they're really quick scenes, so it's not like the whole haunt is walking through a movie, and it's usually like replicating a famous scene from the movie. So like there's other things going on. Like one year we had Dr. Loomis come out and start shooting at Michael. That was pretty cool. But then you just went into the next scene. So it's not like the whole haunt was run by the movies. So like I'm kind of with you guys. I like the original, but I always love a taste of like Freddy peeking around a corner at one scene. You know what I mean? Not like, well, I'm not lying. I will go through a whole fucking Freddy house, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Personally, I kind of would rather see them like out in the queue area where you can like do all the photo ops and stuff with them. Or there is a haunt local to us, Nightmare on Edgewood, and they've been doing like special horror character nights. So like where other haunts are doing their blackouts, they're staffing the whole haunt with your classic horror movie big characters for one night, and then all of their normal customers have that different experience to come back for. So
yeah, we had go ahead.
Oh, sorry. They did a really cool event for Valentine's Day. They called it Spaghetti with Freddy. And they actually served a spaghetti dinner at the haunt, and they had Freddy Krueger dressed up in there, and he was actually serving and says, "Dinner's served, bitch." Like, it was great.
It was so much fun.
Why didn't you tell me about this?
You would have loved that.
God, I would have fucking never left.
They're thinking about doing it again. It was a lot of fun, and they sold out on it too. So
Where was this at?
Indianapolis.
Yep, Nightmare on Edgewood.
It's a 2-hour flight.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. There's a video. You can watch it. Check it out.
I'm gonna watch it.
It is fun.
All that for a spaghetti dinner.
Yeah. Come on now.
The haunt was open too, so
Yeah, the haunt was open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we could add another haunt to the list, and I have spaghetti with Freddy. What the fuck's the problem?
It's romantic, damn it.
it was a candlelit dinner.
It was candlelit. Yeah. They went all out. Had red tablecloth.
It was
It
good.
was kind of fancy.
Oh man. Taking a road trip next Valentine's Day.
There's another haunt in Indy that also does another good Valentine's Day haunt, but they always stagger them. And I wish they would do them together because people like you that would travel in via plane could have, it would make it more of a reality to be able to do that. But.
Yeah, Valentine's Day, Christmas, and St. Patty's always end up, they all do it on the same fucking day. Halfway to Halloween, we get a little leniency, but the ones down here are lining up on the same day. And I'm like, why are you guys doing this? You all know each other. Spread this shit out.
Share the love.
Yeah.
Killing me. And halfway to Halloween at Brighton, which you guys visited, and we'll get into in a little bit, used to be Night of the Creeps. He did movies throughout the entire thing. So
I would like that.
He had Jason, Freddy, Captain Spaulding, a whole scene from The Devil's Rejects. Like, he had everything.
Heck yeah.
I missed that event.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, especially there.
He said he still does that on Thursdays.
Yeah, but when can we get there on a Thursday?
We're all editing.
I'm in another state and, trying to get home. Yeah. I'm going to start sending you on Thursdays.
I'm not going there by myself on a Thursday. Are you crazy?
If I was closer, I'd go with you.
There you go. Hell no.
You'll be fine.
Not no, but hell no.
So the biggest argument between haunters and haunt fans and us, hayride, house, or trail? What's your favorite?
Ooh. I'm going to go with house.
I've got to say house.
Yes.
I think it's because they're usually so much more surreal than the trails and the hayrides. Hayrides are harder to get scared on. Like Tyler and I have been really not to that many because there's not that many around here. I'd say maybe 10 different ones.
If that.
Yeah. And none of them are actually scary. I mean, I hear that some over more towards you guys can be like Reaper's Revenge, but here they are not. They're more of like a family friendly style.
Yeah,
they're getting better.
Like-
There's one nearby where they'll like jump off of a 2-story building and land on the wagon, and they've got some zip lines that go overhead. They're starting
You're
to.
also with 50 people or 25 or whatever it is on that night, and it's just you're not secluded. And in a house, it's like for me, you can't get away as easy, and especially haunts that have like your zigzag paths instead of your straight hallways. Like you just get lost and more immersed in them.
Yeah, immersion is my biggest thing. And that's why I always look forward to the houses. I love hayrides. They're a great time. I'll never miss them, especially Reapers. I will never miss a season of that hayride.
Heck yeah.
But it's the best hayride I've ever seen.
That's what we've heard. We've heard that from a lot of people.
And I will literally not miss a year at Reapers. Ever since I don't know what it took me so long to get there. Like I was running this site 7 years before I even got there. And now I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. But yeah, the houses for me is just, you're fully immersed. And you can't get that on a hayride or a trail.
Yep, I think it's a lot more difficult. And if it is a trail that's immersive, it generally has the buildings, that you're...
Yeah, the little sheds you're walking in and out of.
Yep.
And yeah.
Yep. There was one trail here one year that I would say both of us would agree was very, very immersive. So Asylum Haunted Scream Park is not open anymore, but they used to take their Darkness Falls Haunted Trail. And on 1 or 2 nights during early September, they would run a Slender Man event on the haunted trail. So they took all of the sounds and made them like the scariest fucking things that you could possibly listen to, and it was droning through the whole forest.
Shut all the lights off.
All the
They
lights
gave
were off.
one person in your group a flashlight, and it was like the game, the Slender Man game. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but there was like 8 pages, they would call it, and each page looked different, but there would be a stack of pages all throughout this haunt, and you had to collect all 8 pages. But if you got within like 6 feet of Slender Man, you would surrender a page, and you wouldn't get the prize at the end.
And they would have a bunch of real Slendermans and a bunch of fake ones, and you wouldn't know which ones were which because they all looked the same
until they come scurrying up on you and you shine them in the flat. Oh god,
it was
terrifying,
fucking
scary.
It was definitely one of the most immersive trails we have done, because you couldn't really see past like the trail. Like all you could see was just the woods right around you.
Any kind of like Blair Witch style, or like anybody doing any kind of like a paranormal investigation out in the woods, and they're like, what was that sound? You know, they're hunting cryptids or something. You can just imagine seeing, you know, like, or like down in the catacombs, Paris catacombs, and like weird monsters lurking around. Like if you imagine that, it was like experiencing that in real life, seeing the Slender Man, you know, no face and the long arms and the tuxedo coming out of the dark woods. Yeah, it's freaking terrifying.
It was awesome. But we don't get that kind of fear or immersion in many trails.
yeah.
That sounds like fun.
It was.
It does.
I really wish somebody would bring it back.
That's very inventive, yeah. So what catches your eyes most in a haunt? What sticks out the most? The actors, the scenes, the animatronics? Like, I'm not a huge animatronic fan, I'll be straight up with you. I think the actors just work better, and scene decoration just adds more than animatronic. But that's just me. So what sticks out to you guys the most?
I think we're both suckers for actors, but we totally appreciate that well done props and animatronics can serve as excellent distractions for said actors.
Yeah.
Like Hell's Gate comes to mind. Hell's Gate's one of, if not my favorite haunts. And like going through the dragon lair and just being awestruck by all the things overhead and the dragons coming down at you. But then at the same time, actors are coming up after your throat, you know, and surprising you when you didn't realize they were there because you were looking at the dragon, and like, you know, so I think there's very much a place for both. Not all haunts utilize them as, you know, correctly as that, but yeah, a good actor can substitute for animatronics, but not the other way around usually.
Yeah, usually not. Animatronics just don't have the timing or the realism or any of that stuff. I mean, I guess they show up to work, but
yeah, they don't call out for the flat tire.
Yeah, like we aren't real huge. Like Netherworld and the Darkness are a lot of haunt owner and actors' favorite haunts, and I don't know that either of them are actually on Tyler or I's personal favorite list, because they are conga line haunts, and they're beautiful, and they have like some of the most amazing scene design you're gonna see anywhere, but they're not interactive, and the cast members, you know, have to kind of do their quick scare or flick of your finger, you know, and disappear, and we're like, no, come back and talk to us. And we understand that they can't in some of those cases, but like it just makes them, you know, not one of our personal favorites.
So do you guys have personal favorites?
Oh yeah.
All right.
I'm had a lot of close calls, but I still think Hell's Gate's at the top of my list. But
mine is Eloise. I know they're going through some changes, it sounds like, maybe like management or whatnot, but we have been there 3 times, and Eloise is consistently my favorite. Grimwife Collective actually just posted a really cool daytime walkthrough of Eloise where you can see like all of the scenery and stuff. And one of the craziest things to keep in mind while you watch that is the majority of that was all built. Like it looks real, but it's actually all built.
Yeah.
To be like that, they had to kind of strip the building.
It's very hard to tell where the building ends and where the haunt begins.
So Tyler and I actually met in an insane asylum because we both worked there.
Local
state hospital. Yep. And so for me, insane asylums are one of the haunts that are kind of near and dear to my heart, which is why I liked Brighton so much too. So I like those asylum haunts that like legit show kind of like what they really would have done back in the time that they, you know, were fully established and running. And Eloise has some truly like terrifying experiments going on in there. Not really experiments, but treatments.
There's like hydrotherapy,
Mhm.
and then they've got a dream therapy room, and it's big X-ray chamber, big surgery room.
And the sound and the lighting in that haunt is hard to beat. It really is. Like
That's
the
awesome.
sound and the lighting just makes it just you will be very immersed in their upper level haunt, which is the asylum. They have a lower level haunt that's sci-fi too, but it's not quite as realistic.
It's more Resident Evil monster experiment type of
like the zombie invasion or the outbreak type deal.
Yeah, it's like an outbreak
mutation.
Mutation. It's actually like spiders, humans into spiders. Ugh.
Oh.
No, thank you. I would say when we went to Terra in the Corn last year, though, crazily enough, it is an outdoor haunted trail, and it's also a conga line haunt. But Tyler and I both had to argue with ourselves and amongst each other of, was it our number one haunt? Because we both actually enjoyed it so much.
I'd say number one outdoor haunt.
Yeah, for sure.
Hands down.
Yeah. Yep. It was 50 minutes long, and it had a very solid theme, and we went in and out of corn and shacks, and the characters all spoke and moved, and like they had so many scares that came at us from the ground, where a lot of haunts don't really do that, or at least not in our experience. It's different. They had a lot of them doing things like that, and they just did so many things that we come out of there and we're like, holy shit, a conga line haunt can be very scary, which was a surprise to us, because really, if you look at our score sheets, and I'm not sure if you guys kind of see the same thing, but like some of those conga line haunts, the scare factor score or fright effect or whatever it may be is generally one of the lowest scores,
right?
Because they don't get that scare, and Terra in the Corn did. So that we were just amazed by going out there.
I told their actor manager when we got out of there, I said, I don't know what they're paying you, but it's not enough. They were doing very good, very, very good out there.
Yeah, I heard a ton of good things about that place.
Yes.
And got a video from there too.
Another haunt that is really high on our list, because it's a very actor-driven haunt, is Face Your Fears in Springfield, Ohio.
You know how many haunts there are in Ohio, and I'm pretty sure they've gotten Scariest in Ohio for the last 2 years in a row.
Several times, wow. Yeah.
They are.
They're an actor-driven, full touch haunt. You can choose.
Yeah.
You can choose to wear the glowing necklace or not. We will be Memorial Day weekend. We are going to be staying the weekend out there to investigate. So it'll just be us and like 5 other people the whole weekend, and this 200-year-old farmhouse out in the middle of nowhere.
You guys heard it here first.
That's awesome.
We're looking pretty forward to that, but we're also scared. Like, I'm scared. Tyler's not. But
investigating Ohio's scariest haunted house. Yeah.
Yep. And our team member Joanna says that she's going to try to sleep in the house. I am not. But she's going to try to sleep in the house at least one night. So
I would sleep in the house.
See how that goes. Jared's a daredevil.
I don't think I could make it all night, but I would try.
We lived in a haunted house. You're fine.
Well, that was different. They were nice. How do I know those people or those ghosts are good ghosts or bad?
Yeah, we don't know anything about them, so I don't know.
I don't know.
At least ours made chocolate chip cookies.
Yes, they did. It constantly smelled like chocolate chip cookies out of nowhere.
Oh, that would make me so hungry.
We've seen that before. Yeah, we'd be investigating. We just got a big whiff of chocolate cake.
We did
through the room.
Time. Yeah.
It was bizarre, man. Like, just out of nowhere, chocolate chip cookies coming from the kitchen. I'm like, whoa.
That's funny. It was probably some really nice grandma that was haunting your house.
Hopefully. Yeah, the my 2 favorites are Reaper's Revenge and Markoff's Haunted Forest.
We've heard so many good things about Markoff.
Oh my gosh.
It's insane, Markoff's. Like, I still can't believe it. It's the one I'm looking forward to most to getting back to. That and Reapers. But 13th Gate blew me the fuck away. It really did.
Yes.
I couldn't. I don't even like. They did stuff where I couldn't figure out how they did it, so that's rare.
They had a lot of I like the pirate ship on the water.
Yes, that was crazy.
There was just so much stuff to look at in there.
They had the Stranger Things when we went, and it seeing the grandfather clock levitate and not knowing how it's in the air, it was just amazing.
That'd be awesome. When did we go? Maybe 3 years ago?
I think 3
We did the
years.
Legendary
Or
tour when
Legendary.
they went. Because Rise Haunted House down there was also really good.
Yeah, they weren't open for our trip. We got to do the Mortuary, New Orleans Nightmare, and 13th Gate.
Okay.
We left the day before Rise opened because they were only open Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have the most interactive hayride we've ever seen.
It was a very theatrical,
yeah.
very interactive hayride. Yeah.
You guys got to come up here.
I
We
know.
need to. So
I know.
bad.
We'll be up there for East Coast to do Penhurst because we've never done Penhurst, and we'll be doing the Bates. We wanted to do a tour, the day before that's going to Markoff's, but it's just not really in the budget. So
I understand because I saw those. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I'm gonna cry.
So you recently came to our neck of the woods, and we missed you by a day, and visited a couple haunts. What stood out to you during your visit up this way?
So at Brighton, I think they had some of the best queue entertainers that we've seen. Like they were just fucking balls to the
So
walls. They were funny, they were scary, they were fast, they were quick-witted. Like I could stand out there and watch them forever.
We do.
Like it was yeah, it was so cool to get there,
Yes, we do.
and watch them.
The subway you had down there in Subculture.
Isn't that
was really
crazy?
cool.
Yes, I loved that. And I also I was telling him like how he's got all those signs in there and you just look over and there's Rich.
Right?
That was the best.
That's so funny. I like their floor too, where you're walking and it's a black hallway and then the lights come on and then it's like that floor. The colored floor. He's getting excited over there.
Apparently this place is haunted too. Someone just whipped off my headphones. We caught something in the camera.
Mhm.
Yep.
And then 13th Hour, we had reviews submitted, but we hadn't heard as much about them as we had Brighton. And there was so much stuff, like a lot of props and animatronics used in ways we hadn't seen before. And we also did one of their escape rooms that was really good. So it was like a big surprise to us. Like if we're ever in the area, we'll definitely go back there.
Yeah, we did
very immersive. The time machine that he had, yeah.
Yeah, we did 13th Hour 1 year. We haven't been able to get back. We want to. Like, we liked it. It was fun.
Yeah,
it was
I liked
fun.
it. And then we did. We squeezed one in at the last minute. Was that Bennett's Curse or the other one?
Bennett's.
I get Bennett's and Barrett's mixed up.
It
was Bennett's. And the night that we were there, I think they were maybe low on staff, which is typical for an off-season event anyway. But I'd like to go back there sometime during season.
They actually had a really good 3D maze area.
Oh yeah,
it was different.
I haven't been to Bennett's yet.
Okay.
The way just the designs that they had, the 3D designs that they had were very.
Typically, it's clowns, and it was not anything like that.
And it worked really good. The scenes, like you almost felt like you were walking by them, like almost 3D. So
it was like 3D.
Yeah, they did very good at it.
Yeah,
very well executed.
And
for I don't think it was stewardism or any of the one of, like the normal guys, but is very well done.
And we have a lot of really big monsters and a really cool lab. I remember the lab was.
I'll have to check that out.
Whoa. Yeah.
When we were in there, they were doing some kind of challenge where you had to spot the mutant baby doll, and you got a T-shirt at the end or something like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm
glad we were able to stop in there.
You guys made it to Laurel's, right?
Yes.
Laurel's.
I was working my way down. I think that's one of my favorites too. Like if I had a top, it's hard to make a top list, but I really did like Laurel's. And even though it was an off-season event, I told Tyler, not to sound weird, but I liked how Laurel's had a lot of females that weren't victims in there. Like they had a lot of female aggressors and main roles that were females, and I really appreciated that because we really don't get to see that a whole lot. They had fantastic makeup in there.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah, they don't. I don't know if they realize how talented they are. We told them like 50 times.
I constantly tell her on Instagram. I bother her still.
Heck yeah. And then
the whole finale scene, that Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, that
was beautiful. All the lights, DMX stuff. Oh yeah.
Did you get a chance to do their Escape the Movies escape room or no?
Yes, we did.
We
That was
did.
hard as fuck.
Did you guys win?
No, did we?
I
Yes,
think barely.
right at the last.
I think barely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't have much time left, but we were in there with some strangers,
Yeah, we were too.
We were too.
Yeah. which I think they actually helped us more than anything. We needed help in that one. That one was hard.
Yeah,
but I liked it.
Or I don't want to give it away. I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay.
Because I know they were changing stuff, but I'm not sure they were changing that, so I don't want to give one of the
Okay.
clues away.
There was a really good scare in there that one of our group members got, and thankfully it was not me. So we'll just leave it at that.
They had a movie character come in with us and would give us the clues in
That too,
person,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
like just mean mugging you the whole time.
I liked that though. Like
Yeah.
that was probably one of my favorite horror escape rooms.
It added to it, yeah.
It did. I
Yeah.
liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Laurel's, we only went last season and fell in love. And
Yes.
when we went back, I'm going to tell you, the Valentine's Day was awesome. Because we
Yeah.
get used to the off-season stuff. We know what to expect. But this was full balls to the wall show. And it was fantastic. And then now they're building an indoor midway. Like, it's going to be awesome.
Right? I can't wait. We will definitely be back there.
Good, you
We
guys.
gotta come back over that way. It's just 12 hours.
Right.
So-
And you got to come up even further north because you have to hit Reapers.
I know. We have to hit Reapers and Mark-offs.
Oh, yeah.
Crazily enough, we've never even been to Field of Screams. Like, I mean, the only time we've ever been that far east was just recently. So,
Yeah. Do you guys have a bucket list of one you haven't hit that you need to hit?
like up that way or in general?
General.
We're both kind of wanting to go to Dead End Hayride in Minnesota.
That's
Because
awesome.
We hear a lot about it and we get a lot of info on the directory about people asking if we've been. And it sounds and looks like it's a really good haunt kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but that makes it hard to hit because we got to figure out a way to pair something with it.
Yeah, you got to try and group stuff.
Yeah, we haven't done Haunted Overload personally
Need to see
either.
Overload.
Yeah, you need to do that.
I really want to see Demented Effects also.
Yes.
One of our former New England teams, you always talked really highly of them.
Mhm.
And I'm excited to see that. I want to see 17th Door. As bad as I hate to say it, I need to get down to HHN at least once.
Yeah, we've never done HHN.
You're.
or-
I have personal.
Just say I've done it.
Yeah, like for one
we don't
time.
like crowds, so like
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's either sit in crowds or pay out the ass with HHN.
yeah.
We
and
may
that's why-
actually, no one on this, our fans know this, we may be heading there this year because rumors are Freddy House might be coming.
I've seen that.
Oh,
I have seen
yeah,
that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And the Ghostbusters
looks really
house,
good.
which is right up my fucking alley, so we got to figure
There
out.
you go. And they open the first week of September because we
Yes.
eyeballed it pretty hard too.
Yeah, they're definitely open first before everyone, so it kind of helps.
When we do 17th Door, I think Knott's is like literally 20 minutes down the road. So
I hear
probably
Knott's is
Knott's very fun.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I talked to somebody. I don't know how many people Halloween Horror Nights employs at either of their locations, but they said Knott's is like 2,000.
Yeah, that's probably
Huh.
about that.
So I'm
Yeah,
like, jeez.
It is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's a
we
multi-night thing right there. Both of
don't
them,
really
even
do too many
HHN
of
is a
them.
multi-night thing. Like you can't do
Oh,
them all
yeah.
in a night.
If we go down there, we would definitely do the review team that's down there, the Florida review team, like has this special thing he does. He actually buys a pass that's like for all season.
Oh, that's
He's
cool.
told us before there's like specific passes that are cheaper for us to be able to ride rides during the day and do that at night. So we would do it for at least 3 days, I'd say.
Yeah,
I don't even know if they're open 3 days in a row and that early in September, because that's definitely when we would have to go. But
yeah. There's that whole other 500 haunts that we need to get to.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's haunts all over. Like every state, I could pick a couple that we would like to go to, but those are probably the biggest bucket list ones. We
Yeah,
also want to. Last year, we gained a team in United Kingdom, so we were also eyeballing that because they have some really cool sounding haunts over there.
Mhm.
yeah. When I was still a blog, I interviewed a bunch of actors from one in Ireland, but then
Oh,
they shut
cool.
down for COVID for a while. So I don't know if they're back, but one of the actors was really big on Instagram, so I gotta see if she's on there still. I gotta look.
Yeah, Ireland, that'd be awesome too. I just,
Hey.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
My Mick ass will go home. The homeland.
I'm ready. Let's go.
But yeah, Haunted Overload is insanely close to Salem, which kind of adds to that trip too.
Right?
I think it was an
Mhm.
hour, if an hour.
Yeah, I think so. About an hour.
Yeah, she fell in love with Salem, and since you guys are also into the paranormal, it's definitely worth it.
I know we would love it.
I don't know if we want to fight the October crowd, but I know we
No,
It was rough.
it wasn't bad because we got there when we drove up. We got there about 2:00 on a Thursday, right? Or was it a Tuesday? We got there the day
Tuesday,
before
because
we
we were
went.
there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We left Friday.
We went there the day before we went to Haunted Overload. So we got there the day we were going to Haunted Overload. We got out there about 8 a.m. So we had parking. We were able to eat at the restaurant. But after 11 p.m. or 11 a.m., you're not eating. You're not parking. You're not doing anything
wow.
in October.
I mean, it wasn't so bad for us because it was just us two, but you could hear like the party at 5 or 6 them say, "Okay, well, we don't take reservations, but you have a 5-hour wait."
Holy
cow.
shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, thank you.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. Like, Overload needs to open for an off-season event.
Never gonna
Maybe
happen.
they will for
They need to open in
East Coast sometime. I don't know. That's kind of far though. Still.
Barrett's opening over there for halfway to Halloween.
Okay.
I was thinking about doing that and taking her back to Salem because they're like an hour and a half away.
I don't know. Maybe we could plan that like next year.
Yeah.
Because I would much rather go to Salem in May.
Oh yeah.
than-
Yeah.
And it would probably
yeah.
be pretty nice up there too about that time.
Yeah,
Yes.
it won't be over hot because over there doesn't get hot till June.
Okay. We'll have to keep that.
I gotta see if I'm walking by halfway to Halloween to figure out where we're going or where I'm sending you.
Oh, Terry doesn't want to go by herself.
No, she's got her girl troop now that I can send her
Okay.
with.
Okay, good.
She did a great job. She covered Field of Screams for us for St. Patty's Day.
Heck yeah.
Yes, I did all by myself.
Yeah, she even got us
Awesome.
some good video. I mean, I was
Nice.
very proud of her.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I'd be lost without Tyler, so it's hard telling what he'd get if I went by myself or with any. Yeah.
It was hard because I don't follow him around. Like I do my own thing. And
Yeah.
then he was like, "Don't forget, take this, take that." And I was just like, "Oh shit. Like I got a lot to do."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Gotta
kind of
do
have
all that
our
B-roll and-
we have our own jobs. I mean, you go play the social butterfly, and I just go record.
That's what we do.
Nora can sit around and talk to everybody, and I go
Yep.
capture it all. Yep.
Yep.
I named her CPO. She's the Chief People Officer because
I love that.
That's what Nora's our big liaison with all of our teams too. I could not. I don't
Yeah.
have the bandwidth to talk. I wish I did because I care about all of them. But yeah, Nora keeps me updated on anything that's going on with any of the teams. And they've all got group chats between all of them, and I try to at least glance at the conversation every once in a while. But
Normally he's telling us to shut the fuck up because he's trying to watch the maps in the car and it's ding, 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 ding. He's like, what are you talking about?
I can't see what my fucking turn is. Stop texting.
just put it on the fucking drive already. I don't care. I can do it later.
Mm-hmm.
No, I love all you guys. It's okay. We're gonna do better this year, right? We'll put shit on the drive. Just put it on the drive. I mean,
Yep. Drive. Mm-hmm.
Drive is our friend for sure.
just when you're in line driving home, put it in the drive. It'll glow through when you hit Wi-Fi. It's not a big deal.
Yep.
We just learned to drive, so I had to teach 4 grown men how to use the drive.
We still have 2 that don't really like it much, but
I had no idea how to do it, but
It's so easy.
now you know because of work. You didn't know when I started this shit.
We came across it probably. Oh,
I don't know. It's been a while.
Back,
So we've had to buy extra storage on our.
I'm sure
Right,
you guys do with 20-some
probably close
teams, yeah.
Yeah, probably close to 2014, 15, whenever we first bought the site. And when we realized Google Docs was a thing and we could both work on the same thing at the same time, holy
And we
cow.
could see each other actually typing.
Yeah, we pay for
It's
the,
like-
I think we pay the $10 a month for the 2 terabytes. of
You guys
space
need that though, yeah.
all the videos that all the teams bring in and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Mhm.
beautiful invention. Especially
It's
now
worth it.
that iMessage and Facebook Messenger now downscale everything. Before it didn't.
Mhm.
Until like the middle of last
Yep.
year. You got 4K video over. You could download that. Now it all comes over 720p. I'm yelling
Yep.
at my whole team. I'm like, idiots, hit this button. You know, because
Yes.
you know,
Please load it to drive.
4K 60, that's all I need. Just take video. And they're like, I did. I'm like, well, it didn't come through. And then I learned that iMessage and Facebook and Instagram took that shit down. It's all downscaled
Yeah.
to 720.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do the pictures too. I don't know what they do to them, but they
Yeah, they.
also compress them.
Yep. Just like
Mhm.
Facebook. Facebook's horrible with compressing of pictures.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do?
Because everybody puts everything on there. They don't have the space for it either. But yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But do you have any more questions for them, my dear?
No.
No. So we should let them go and actually like get some rest.
Yeah. It was nice
Over-
talking to you
That's
guys.
overrated.
We won't rest for another like 5 hours today.
Oh, someone's up past their bedtime.
Oh, whoops.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's okay. I can sleep in tomorrow. I don't have to be at work early.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get up and make my coffee. I can't reach.
I'm gonna start putting everything on the 3rd shelf.
I fill that coffee machine in his lap.
I'm very proud
Now
of
you know how
myself.
I feel on a daily basis, though.
Yeah, I do.
Like,
That's what I told her. I'm like, this sucks. How do you live like this?
It's rough.
Luckily, she's not that short.
Anytime I see Nora reaching up in the medicine cabinet, I'm like, what's the problem? It's right here.
Uh-huh.
I'm always taking out the step ladder or the step stool or something
Yeah,
to stand on.
Yeah, you definitely need the step stool. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate
Thank
it
you for having
a
us.
ton. It was a blast. We had a blast. I can't wait to watch this video again. Hopefully, it's not all choppy from this push to talk bullshit. But I got tired of our mics echoing. It would only happen in random spots too. So like, I couldn't even like. I can't figure it out. I'll figure it out one day. Maybe this is the fix.
Maybe.
Sounds
Or
good
if
on
these
our end.
mics are working, maybe this is something you can try. Because you
Yeah.
can use these at the haunts too.
Yeah, I have a set of
Well,
those. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
Rode
we
wireless
have
deal,
that.
I've got the transmitter or the receiver plugged into the tower, and that's what you're listening to. So
Maybe we will try that. Be easier than setting this fucking shit up.
Yeah,
you just clip it on your collar, and you're done.
because we have those.
Yes, we do.
And I'm listening. We're listening to you on an external speaker. We don't have headphones, so it shouldn't get any. Zoom usually cancels out any feedback. So yeah.
Yeah,
We're
we
talking
started the
track.
headphones because I think it was someone had their speakers up too loud, and we heard the echo. So yeah.
Yeah. That'll do it.
All right, guys. But this has been Halloween Haunts. This has been the Scare Factor. Make sure you subscribe, like all their stuff on YouTube. They do a hell of a job, as you saw in the video below. But we'll see you guys next Monday and see where we're heading for halfway to Halloween. Goodbye.
Bye.
Night after night, will we survive? Night after night, are we dead in this cold? Oh, everything's new, everything breaks, everything will die here in this cold.
Halloween Haunts 365 Productions.